Hello, hello. I don't know how this happened, but it planned for me to go live like in an hour. And I'm freaking out because I'm having technical difficulties and my camera is not working and all this stuff. And I'm rushing around like a crazy person, like, oh my God, they've been waiting for me. Like, I'm 7 minutes late. I was late yesterday. I'm like freaking out. And then I'm like, oh, it says I'm not supposed to go live for like another hour, so I'm freaking out for nothing. But then I was like, okay, well, I actually do want to start soon now that I've got everything worked out. And I'm like, but they're probably expecting me to go live later. So it was like this whole thing. I hope it didn't throw anybody off by me doing that. Beauty Cash Apps, yay! Okay, so tonight we have to work on Jenna's second question from last night. So let me just put Jenna on the list for free, and then we have Beauty. Beauty's doing the BOGO. Thank you, Beauty, for specifying there. Because I have a bunch of similar prices tonight, so I need you guys to decipher what I'm doing. Okay. Becca, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I was actually just over on I Speak's channel. I don't know if you guys follow I Speak My Truth. She's in here all the time, but she's actually live right now. And she's answering free yes or no questions as well. So definitely go check her out. Jenna, you're good because I'm going to do the free list first. So you're totally fine. So let's start with some free yes, no questions. You guys can go ahead and post your questions, yes or no's, and I will see what I can come up with for you. All right, so Beauty says, will James reach out this November? Okay, let's see. Spirit, can you please advise, will James reach out this month? Ooh, this looks like a yes for me. It's an 8 of Pentacles. It depicts a man working hard on something or really trying hard to do something here. So I feel like they're in a very active energy, and I feel like it's very possible you are going to hear from James this month. More than likely, yes. Becca, I have, will Marquise initiate communication with me this month? This is for Becca. Oh, Jenna, you're totally fine, girl. You're okay. I just got a weird craving for like garlic bread. Is someone in here eating garlic bread or had garlic bread recently? Like, that's so random. I don't eat really bread at all, so I'm just confused why all of a sudden I got this like garlic bread flavor in my mouth. Okay. So, will Marquise initiate communication with me this month? Please show me a yes or a no for Becca B. Tarot. Yes or a no. Yes, Ace of Cups. You also have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, even after all of that shuffling. So this person is also in the energy of wanting to try, wanting to work on things. Jenna says, is it a good day? No, sorry. Is it a good idea to stay friends with Evelyn? I'm a Virgo. She's a Cancer. Spirit, can you please advise, give us the best guidance for the highest good of everyone involved here? Is it a good idea for Jenna to stay friends with Evelyn? Please show me a yes or a no. Woo. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. What I'm hearing from Spirit is it's okay to stay friends with her still, but there is some things that you guys need to be a little bit bluntly honest about. I feel like boundaries need to be set, and more so from you to her communication, not just like passive this is how I'm feeling. Like, you need to be like, girl, if we're going to maintain friendships, this is what I require to still be friends with you. The Eight of Wands talks about things happening very quickly, and it just indicates like a lot of communication traveling from one direction to the next. And so I think it's very clear that Spirit is trying to make sure you're setting those boundaries, you're throwing those wands, you are basically laying out all the rules for this girl, and go from there. I think from there you'd be able to discern intuitively what would be best for you. But I think it is possible to still be friends with her. She was kind of condescending. Her text was just, ugh. My friends think I shouldn't stay friends with her and they don't like her vibe, but I feel like Brandon likes her. I think you need to do what's best for you. I think that it's very possible to still maintain a friendship with her, but you might have to just readjust. It might have to be where you keep your distance to a certain extent, or you set boundaries and see how she reacts. Like I said, the message specifically from Spirit was that once you set these boundaries up and you basically state what you expect from her as your friend, her reaction will allow you to discern intuitively what the best choice is for you. Jenna, yes. So the first question last night, I did the charms. It was actually when you were commenting in the chat saying you were on the phone, but we did not do the second question at all because I wasn't sure what it was. Correct, Jenna. You have one more question and charms. Rose Babe is here. Will I have good results from the full moon rituals that I did last night? I have a yes, Knight of Wands. Did it have to do with finances, Rose Babe? Did it have to do with money and good luck, good fortune? Because I am seeing that at the bottom of the deck. That may be a message for you. Yes, Jenna. So you can definitely rewatch the end of the stream for the answer to your first question, and then the second part we'll do today. You're welcome. All right, guys, we have about 9 minutes left on the clock. I am welcoming all new subscribers and returning viewers to have a yes or no question answered with me today. It was about a fire sign and finances. Interesting. Because look at that. The Knight represents Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It represents all three to me, where the Page is usually specifically Sagittarius, and then the Queen is Leo and the King is Aries. But the Knight, to me, can be any fire sign. So that is crazy. Beauty sent questions on Instagram. All right, I made note of that. I'm probably going to keep the donations open till about 7 o'clock. So you guys have about 45 minutes to make a decision on if you're going to donate this evening or not. I don't have a set amount of donations I'm accepting. Like usually I do 10 spots or something. I'll do unlimited. I'll do as many as you guys want me to do, but I do need to probably close it down about 7. So I would say if you wanted to donate, check out the price list in the description and make sure that that's submitted by, let's say, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So like in 45 minutes. All right, so this is for Mindy. Please show me a yes or a no for Mindy. So he is, but he's going to take his time with it. The tower is at the bottom of the deck. So the thing that he's struggling with, which I can imagine he's struggling with, is just his general identity. And I think that it's important for him to know he doesn't have to rush into this, that he can experience all of the fluidity that all in which he is. Because I think if he rushes into something too quickly, it's going to be a tower moment for him. I am getting a yes that he will end up doing it, but I think that he just wants to make sure that it sits well with him and he's not constantly fluctuating back and forth going, oh, I'm going to, no, I'm not. Oh, he wants to feel very certain about this, and that's why it's taking him a little bit of time, and he just doesn't want to make the wrong decision. It's such a struggle. I don't know if I'll be able to stay with him romantically if he does, just because, yeah, he's doing dinner therapy. Oh, Mindy, I'm sorry. Well, I really hope that whatever ends up happening, that you guys still remain close with one another. It's very, I mean, I'm sure it can be very hard. It's hard for anybody, especially the person, but, you know, you don't want to forget the people either that they're involved with. You're welcome, Mindy. Good luck there. Sending lots of love. So we have Lindsay G with the X Aquarius. Will the X Aquarius try to reconcile? Okay, Lizzie, I'm getting a no at this time. There are still thoughts of you here with the Two of Cups, and Two of Cups does mean union, but it's not the card that came out. So I feel like this person's just got a lot going on in their life. The 10 of Wands can depict just a lot of distractions, a lot of responsibilities, burdens, sacrifices, so on and so forth, that they are very preoccupied at this time. But they do think of you, and I think it's important that you know that. Jessica, will I be seeing my ex again next year? He's been talking to me and it's confusing. Please show me a yes or a no for Jessica. Jessica, I'm getting a yes. Justice. Also, what he's communicating with you is the truth. You will get your justice here. If you're looking for closure or you're looking for reconciliation, whatever it is that you want, it feels like it's in your favor. Spiritual girl. Is Jessica the Cancer a true friend? Is Jessica the Cancer a true friend? Please show me a yes or a no for spiritual girl. I am getting a no, the Death card. Maybe it's time for you to move on from this friendship. It may be something that you're thinking about. Sunflower. Will my boyfriend and I be able to deepen our emotional connection and get closer than we hope to? Please show me a yes or a no for Sunflower. Will they be able to deepen the emotional connection and get closer? I'm feeling a yes, Sunflower. Yes, Three of Cups. Also, at the bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Your deepest desires coming true. I see you guys in celebration. A lot of times when I see the Three of Cups, I also think marriage, because on one of my decks, it looks like a bride with her bridesmaids celebrating at a wedding. And that's kind of what I'm picturing here with this card clarifying on the underlying energy. So Elena's spicy tonight. All right, Spirit. Elena has a question. She wants to know, will she get busy this month, either with the person she's thinking of or someone in general? Please understand her question and tell me if it's a yes or a no for Elena. Ooh, I'm getting a yes. The King of Wands, passionate energy. This is also Aries energy. But sometimes readers will depict this as just generally a fire sign. This is something you want. We also have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck for you, means satisfaction. So I'm getting a lot of yeses for you, Elena. 2 minutes left on the clock. I'll answer free yes or no questions for you if I have not already. Make sure you're entering the correct call to action, which is a keyword or an emoji. You can get that information in the description along with your question. The donation list will be open for another 40 minutes. We already have 2 people on the list, so if you are interested, make sure you get that in before we cut it off. Ooh, now that's hot. If you did donate too, please let me know, because sometimes I get the notification, sometimes I don't. You guys probably are like, oh, Luna, she's like a broken record. She just does the same thing every goddamn time. I feel like a broken record on these streams, but sometimes, things gotta be said. If you are new here, I will still answer yes or no question for you after the list is closed. It'll just have to be in between donations. Jenna, are you here? If you are here, Jenna, you can go ahead and post your... Oh, no, wait. I have your second question. I'm sorry. You commented it. You told me that it was in the comments. Okay, let me try to find it real quick. Oh, perfect. Thank you for posting that. Okay. So what will happen next in my relationship with my boyfriend, Brandon, from the end of 2022 to 2023? Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. The clock is about to go off, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle for yours. 16 seconds left for anyone else who has a yes or a no question. Like I said, if you're new here and you haven't had the chance to talk in the chat, I will still answer your question. Well, my boyfriend and I had a conversation about wanting to strengthen our connection. Okay, so you did. Will things continue to go well in that department? Please show me. Ooh, yes, Wheel of Fortune. This is good luck. This is a turning point as well for your relationship. So I feel like the conversation was very good, and it's going to just be good things moving forward in that department. I think I just got a notification for Becca. Becca donated. Becca's also doing the BOGO. Thanks, Becca. Spirit, can you please tell me what will happen next in the relationship with Jenna and her boyfriend Brandon from the end of this year, 2022, through the end of next year, 2023? More sex. Number one, first and foremost, more sex. Okay, so I think that you guys still have some obstacles, some hoops to jump through. I feel like this one is this one that you're going through right now, I feel like that will get resolved, but I feel like little things are still going to happen here and there as you guys work through the dynamic of your relationship. You're good at communicating with one another, and you're really good at making sure that you guys don't repeat the same things that caused issues previously. So these are just going to be little new things that you both have to work through, either something that he did or something that you feel. But that's just what happens in relationships. You just kind of have to work on things little by little. You know what I mean? So don't stress about that, but I do want you to know it's not going to be like butterflies and rainbows all the time. You're still going to have a small percentage of your relationship where you're kind of working through things. Yeah. You said you're so attracted to each other. That's awesome, though. I love it. I love it. Okay, so why is the moon here, Spirit? Please give me confirmation. Okay, it's weird. It's interesting. You and your person are very similar. You're very similar with the way that you approach things and the way that you think through things. It's very matchy. I feel like what you don't know about your person, and maybe also what Brandon doesn't know about you, is that it's very hard for you to assert yourself. I feel like you're better at it now. And I feel like it's especially because you don't want to repeat past things that may have affected you because you didn't say what was on your mind. But I do feel like you guys both feel that way. You guys both don't want to hurt each other's feelings. You don't want to step on anyone's toes, and you have a hard time asserting yourself, which is why you guys, yeah, no, we had such a hard time initiating with each other. So I think it's why you guys respect each other so much when you do come forward and say something, because I think you guys intuitively know on some unconscious level that it wasn't easy for that person to come forward and talk about things. Yeah, you're both not assertive. So I feel like you're learning that about one another, and that's why the moon is here, because it talks about things that need to be brought to light, things that need to be learned about one another. You'll get there. You'll get there. So I feel like the Five of Pentacles and the Tower is here to talk about the possibility of another timeline that you don't want to put yourself in without putting too much of your personal information out there. Think about what's been going on and how the more we dwell in that energy, the more we harp on this particular situation or accuse or whatever, and the more we make our insecurities known, that can cause devastation. That can cause complete chaos where there's sudden changes that we never wanted to happen that we allow to manifest because we didn't let something go. You know, we dwelled in things for so long. So the reason why I feel like it's an alternate timeline is because you have two paths before you, Jenna, with your relationship with him. And I feel like you're destined to go down the Ace of Pentacles. However, it's all about the choices that you make now. You have to realize what's important now for the further sustainability of your relationship with one another. So Spirit is showing me kind of two outcomes here, like an ending in a way, or opportunity and abundance in where you flourish in your relationship. We work things out, but just scared me, like I'm scared to lose him. And that's what's so crazy is like the actual act of being scared to lose someone could actually be what makes you lose someone, because being scared, fear manifests in so many different ways. Insecurity, acting like you don't trust somebody, thinking that it's, you know, not going to work, self-sabotage. Fear manifests in all of those ways, and therefore the one thing you didn't want to happen, you're making happen because you're dwelling too long in that one feeling. And so it's important to go, you know what? He's never treated me wrong. He's never done anything wrong. Therefore, I have no reason but to trust him in this circumstance. I think it's not because it's what either of you want, but it's because insecurities can manifest in ending, because he could feel like you don't trust him and you keep harping on this thing, and therefore it halts the relationship that you guys are building with one another. And if he feels like he's not being trusted, or you're getting upset with him and he's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, that could end up like not being good for the relationship. So it has your natural, let's just put it this way, your natural progression with him is long lasting. You just have to make sure you're making the right choices now that don't ruin what you guys have going on. Exactly. Because you have the 10 of Cups, which is alignment, marriage, happiness, harmony, being together long term, and not only being together long term, but being happy long term. I feel like you both are determined, and I think, Jenna, you will be able to work this out. Just keep in mind it's all about mindset. And truthfully speaking, I think the issue doesn't lie with Brandon. Your issue that you're stewing about lies within Evelyn, because you know that there's an energy there that you can't trust. So I think that definitely needs to be confronted. You definitely need to assert your authority about the situation. And I will say, if she's responsive and she gives you an answer or validation and makes you feel very secure and you choose to pursue that friendship, then I think that's great. But I feel like if she completely tries to blow you off, like you said, be condescending, then you need to make a decision at that point. Is it even necessary for you to still? Because I feel like Brandon, if he sees the ugliness that she's putting towards you or making you feel, he's gonna want to protect you. He's gonna want to defend you, and his whole mindset about her is going to completely change. And so let her be the one that's ugly. You don't have to be the one that does that. Just let her respond how she's going to respond. And if it ends up being rude or patronizing or whatever, then that's something he needs to see. And you just need to be like, I just need to cut this relationship off. You know, you could be like, I've always kind of felt like I couldn't trust her. This has nothing to do with you. It's just giving me more information about me needing to make a decision about not continuing to be friends, you know? I don't know. Should I show him all her texts to him? It's just emotionally exhausting. I think you should, if you plan on ending the friendship with her or distancing yourself from her. I think that he should know. But I also think that if you show him the text, it can't be like, well, this is what it felt like she said. She needs to actually be saying rude things to you that he can read and not have to cipher, you know, and figure out and decode. You know when someone's being rude to you, it's a feeling. But if they're not actually saying something rude, a lot of times other people won't pick up on the fact that it's rude. So if you show them the text, it needs to be very obvious that she was being rude to you. Maybe you should ask him that question. Maybe you should say, you know, I've had a lot of red flags in the past when it comes to Evelyn, and like this was just the nail in the coffin. And I plan on distancing myself from her. What do you think about that? And then if he's like, yeah, no, I think you should do what's best for you, I think that would be good, then you need to say, okay, that sounds good, because we probably won't be seeing much of her anymore. And then see what he says. And if he's like, well, I still plan on hanging out with her or communicating with her or whatever, then you'll know something weird is happening. But if he's like, okay, you know, whatever you think is best, then I think you're going to see his true colors. Hey, Gemini. Yes, I'm sorry, hon. The free list is closed. He takes things at face value. She's being so blunt. He's just so trusting of her. He's gonna probably take her side again. He got mad at me for wanting to cut her off last night. Oh, so you said you wanted to cut her off and he got mad about it? This whole thing is confusing me, Jenna. I'm so lost. You said you were thinking about it. That's bizarre because, like, for example, back when my fiance and I started dating, like, within the first year, I had an issue with a longtime friend of mine. And I was like, look, this is what she said. This is how she's made me feel. This is how she's treating me. And he's like, you know, I just feel like sometimes friendships come to an end. And if that's how you feel and she's really making you feel that bad, then I support you and I'm here for you, you know? And I just feel like that's kind of how your person should be reacting to you thinking about ending a friendship. Because ending a friendship's not some small thing. It's not just like, oh, what brand of chips do I want today? Or what flavor of this do I want? Like, it's a big decision. And I think that you should feel supported. The Gemini, yes, ma'am. You can donate for a yes or a no. It's $3 and you can send it to my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Well, Jenna, I mean, if he can't think that your friends are putting the ideas in your head when you have the idea first, and then you're going to the friends to be like, "Am I crazy?" Like, it's not like they came to you and was like, "Wasn't that weird? Their interaction with each other." Like, no, you already felt that way, and then you went to your friends. Since he talked to Evelyn and they both agreed not to go for each other, and they'd never do that. We'll see with the friendship with my friend Jacqueline. We'll see with the friendship with your friend Jacqueline. He did react like that, but with Evelyn, he seems to really like her as a person and a friend. That's why I hate that I introduced him. Jeez Louise. Gemini, my Cash App is in the link in the pinned comment. You can find it there, but let me go ahead and also post it in the chat. Jenna, I'm just gonna say it's a little sus, girl. It's a little sus. The Gemini, I got your donation. Thank you so much. He took her side over mine last night and even told me if this drama continues, he'll leave me. That's whoa. That's weird. Maybe that's a message for you. But that's what the tower is that I'm feeling. Um, what I can say is that the High Priestess is in the center of this reading, Jenna, and I feel like when they talk about the High Priestess, this is talking about your psychic abilities, your intuition, your inner knowing, you know, your subconscious, your Jiminy Cricket. Like these are the things like inside something is not right. Something is a little bit suspicious. Something's a little bit off. And while you don't want to allow your fears to make something happen that was never supposed to happen, because like I said, I feel like your natural path is long term, it's happiness, it's sustainability. I do feel like I agree with you, the situation's a little bit weird and a little bit off, and I don't like the way that it sits with me, and I also don't like the fact that it has bothered you for days now at this point. um I feel like your relationship with the hangman on that side and the chariot on the other, it's like your path is like in two places. It's like it could go nowhere or it could go somewhere. And then we also have the Six of Pentacles, which talks about equal give and take and a balance within the connection. And I feel like every time you have a fear that he's going to walk away from you or he's going to abandon you, you're giving him more power. Things become unbalanced, and then maybe he is going to lose interest because he feels you're very insecure. Not that what you're feeling isn't valid, it is. Like I said, I agree. It's a little bit weird, but I don't necessarily know the best way to handle this because I'm not really loving the way he is responding to you. And I definitely don't like the way Evelyn is. You said you feel so emotionally exhausted over this, for sure. He thinks I'm over it like we're talking normally again. Thanks, Becca. Beauty, are you in here? I think Beauty might have left. She wants me to probably message her, so I'll probably do the Gemini first. Evelyn said literally I don't want to see you self-sabotaging. So patronizing and anxious. Yeah, it's been 3 days now. Brandon told me if they did photo shoots alone, he'd check in with me during them to reassure me. Jenna, maybe it's just very innocent on Brandon's part because we do pick up the fact that he's a little bit naive. We pick up the fact that he like just genuinely likes her as a person, as a friend. Remember, we got the friendly token. I just feel like he would do the right thing because that's how he feels right now. But personally, long term, I don't think it's a good idea to have them together all of the time because just like energies change, feelings change, things like that. So he probably means what he says now. But if they really hit it off that much, I just wouldn't even risk them continuing to bond even more. Like, it's first of all inappropriate, and second of all, it's unnecessary. I would let it cool off for a little bit, Jenna. That's my final answer. Let it cool off. Do not even bring her name up at all for a couple of days so that he knows it's not this thing that's going to keep on going on. But I would absolutely, and you can even do it slowly, but you need to distance yourself. And you don't have to tell him that's what you're doing right now. In like a week from now, 2 weeks from now, you can just be like, look, I wanted to do the mature thing. I wanted to like give it some time, really sit with it. You know, was that a temporary feeling or was that something that I feel like I'm going to feel for long term? But it's been a couple of weeks now and I feel the same. And I think it's just important that I go ahead and distance myself from her because this is not the first time I've gotten this red flag feeling. And I'm at a point in my life where I just want to be with people who add value. You, Brandon, you add value to my life. I don't want people who are going to make me feel uncomfortable or unstable. You did nothing but reassure me, but she didn't. And I just think that it's important that I distance myself from her. And by extension, since we're in a relationship, you'll be distancing yourself from her as well. It grosses me out. I want her out of my life and I want her out of my relationship. I haven't brought her up. I just get scared. He does text her. Like, what if he still wants to be close with her if I end our friendship? It grosses me out. Jenna, 100%, if you end your friendship with her and he doesn't, there's a problem. And that will tell you all you need to know. She just feels like a karmic. She feels like a lesson to be learned and something to move on from. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not saying you can't still be friends with her, but I feel like definitely boundaries need to be put up if you decide to keep her in your life. So, as I said before, your relationship with Brandon has this really strong natural potential to go very far without needing much, meaning that you guys are a very good match with one another. You don't need to nurture it too much for you guys to still have a fire for one another, a passion, a love, or strong feelings for one another. Very similarly to this cactus can be out with like no water for like, as far as I know, months and months and months and months. It doesn't require much for a cactus to stay alive. However, it's so stable and also has this built-in protection. And I feel like that kind of symbolizes the relationship that you have with Brandon, is this ability to be sustained on very little just because it's that strong, that resilient. So I would hate to think that the natural incline of your connection with one another would be hindered in some way just because of this side party that keeps trying to involve themselves in your relationship. I would agree with that, Jenna. I also feel like Brandon would unconsciously develop feelings for her if they kept hanging out, which is why I said it would be completely inappropriate and unnecessary to keep exposing him to her. Because what needs to happen is he needs to have no distractions and be only hanging out with you and y'all's relationship getting stronger as a couple, because then no one else can come in and penetrate that shit. Like, you guys are just too vulnerable and too new to even risk it. Because I feel like you guys could get very strong and be very strong in this relationship, but I feel like it's just too new still. You guys haven't fully grounded everything yet. The cactus was a staple in your relationship since we were dry for so long. He calls you his cacti. That's cute. You're always so accurate, Luda. Aw. You think he does have feelings for her then, but yeah. No, I don't think he has feelings for her right now. I don't. But I do think that it would pose a problem for you guys if he keeps hanging out with her. First of all, you only see each other on the weekends, right? None of that time needs to be taken away from you. Second of all, it's completely, as I said, inappropriate and unnecessary for them to be hanging out with each other, number one, without you, number two, just in general. And I feel like three, you guys need to be taking that time that you do have with one another to be nourishing and nurturing the relationship that you currently have standing, continue to build on that. That way you get out of this place of vulnerability in more of a place of stability and security and feeling good in the connection. You also have the cherry blossom again, which just talks about the feelings and seeing each other. It feels like it's not enough. It's never enough. Like, you guys constantly want more and more and more of one another. We do have the tower moment here on the plate. I just have to be honest about that there's a very clear thing that Spirit is showing me, and it's two options. And it really all depends on how you handle this and how you feel it's being handled. I feel like you both feel that you made a wish and y'all are each other's wish come true, like on a shooting star. I feel like you guys do hold the key to each other's hearts. And I feel like with the octopus here, it's like hard for you guys to let one another go. There's still clear romance as well, something to be celebrated. But with the tower and the balloons, it makes me think of like the death card and the tower. With the black lightning bolt, which talks about like things ending and moving on from it. So I think you just have to be very delicate here with this situation. Try not to act impulsively. Try to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but try to just think through this, because it's, like I said, is a very delicate thing that you're dealing with right now. Nothing is telling me from this reading that he's talking to her. I could definitely look into that, but since that's not the question I asked, I'm not sure. The Gemini, you can go ahead and post your yes or no question. He has no idea you're still worried. I think that you need to keep it that way and just let it breathe. I think that part of the thing is that since you only see each other on the weekends, you can only get that reassurance on the phone. And I think because you haven't had that grounding, like you've been feeling this feeling like, now what, today's Monday, for like hours or even a whole day, and he hasn't been around you. And I feel like with distance, it can make us feel insecure or unsure or unstable. And it's like all you have the ability to do right now is think about it and talk about it. But I really think just try to let it go for the rest of the week. Just ignore Evelyn for now. Spend time with him one-on-one this weekend. I think you're going to start to feel a little bit better. But like I said, you have to handle things very carefully right now, like with gloves, because I feel like you really can spook him and scare him away. I don't think you're going to break up, but I think it's an outcome that is possible depending on how you handle this. I don't think that's the natural plan for you. I think y'all's relationship is supposed to go the distance. But everything we do in life is free will, and every choice we make is free will. And that's why I said you have to handle this very carefully. Jenna, yes, it can be a yes or a no. You can donate $3 if you'd like. You're welcome, Jenna. I think it's also weird that he has her phone number. I think that's just unnecessary. But it seems like he's more solution-based. He's more in a solution-based mindset where he wants to solve this for you and he wants to put your mind at ease, at peace, which I do like. You're welcome. The Gemini says, is TW coming or planning to see me this month or next month? We'll do a different deck. New energy here. But yeah, Jenna, you could do the BOGO for 2 more questions, or you could do $3 for a yes, no. Spirit, can you please channel in for the Gemini and TW? We're channeling in for the Gemini and TW. Please tell me if TW is coming or planning to see the Gemini before the end of this year, 2022. Please show me a yes or a no. I am getting a yes, Ace of Cups. Is it this month? Show me a yes or a no. Is it next month? Okay. Spirit's not giving me a specific answer, but I am getting a yes either this month or next, so that's as close as I can get for you. Looking at my timing here. Okay, so judgment and the pages say no timing. Okay, so Spirit's not giving me, maybe this hasn't been decided yet. Maybe it's a thought, it's a plan, but we haven't secured dates. But I am getting a yes. I just don't know when, but I am getting a yes before the end of the year. So I hope that that at least gives you peace of mind. And Ace of Cups is a great card, especially if this is a romantic connection. But Judgment and Pages on my tarot and timing like diagram, it's both of these cards, which is funny because I like most of the cards have timing specifically, but these two cards do not. So yeah, this month or next, but I just don't know which one. They have to secure the dates first. Thank you for the donation, Gemini, and also Becca, thank you for letting the Gemini jump ahead there. That was really nice of you. It is romantic. Perfect. All right, so we're going to work on Beauty and then we're going to work on Becca. After that, I don't have any donations. Jenna, are you doing the a la carte channel love messages for $8? Or are you just getting it? Oh, wait, is that extra? Was that like tip? Okay, hold on. I'm seeing you now. You said, I got the $3 yes, no, and then I wanted to channel love messages. That's perfect. Yep, I got it. I got it now. Thank you. Donations close in 5 minutes. We're working on Beauty now. You're welcome. Yay! All right, so there's some timidness when it comes to this person and your first question. Your person may be a bit intimidated by you, or they just may be timid in general and a bit shy. About how they truly feel or what they truly think. I feel like I hear them saying, like, we would do good together. We would be good together. Kind of like a person who doesn't feel like they have a chance. So they joke around and they're like the goofy person. They're like the jokester, the kind of person who's like, oh man, if you only gave me a chance, you'd be so happy. Like, you know, we'd be really good together. We'd be so good together if you weren't with him or whatever. Like, I just feel like this person thinks in their mind, like, you guys would be a good match. You guys would be successful. and that you would maybe feel a bit happier in life if you were in a relationship with them. Fear also is associated with some type of risk. So he could feel like he can't come towards you because of something else going on in his life. We also had the growth, envy, and change card come out. So we're just going to throw these here. He knows that unless he evolves and he finds ways to make these changes and come forward or approach you or clear out these obstacles, that nothing's really going to move for him, nothing's really going to grow. I think that he does find himself being jealous of maybe the idea or the visual of you talking to someone else, just because I feel like he feels like it's not, almost like he shouldn't be allowed to feel that way. Six of Cups talks about reconciliation or wanting to be with someone you've known for a little while, coming back together and thinking about y'all's interactions with a fondness, like being happy and thinking over and over about the interactions or the conversations that you guys have had. This can also talk about if you guys communicated like via message or whatever. Like this could be talking about them rereading the text messages and things like that. But mostly it's just talking about the memories that you share with someone. Jennifer, yes, ma'am, I am still taking donations. I think he feels he has to abandon this idea. Jennifer, the pricing information is in the pinned comment, or it's not the pinned comment, I'm sorry, the description. We're offering a little bit of everything tonight, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. His biggest obstacle outside of like whatever he's got going on in his life, his like biggest personal hurdle that he has to overcome is working through this fear. Dang, that's so crazy, because these can talk about fear and needing to have the courage to do something. And then we have envy and Five of Swords, and envy, Five of Swords is like competition, and envy maybe that's just confirmation for each other, because it does talk about like if he sees you or knows you or thinks you're with somebody else, he might get a little jelly. I feel like he's kind of lying in wait, you know, like a cat kind of like ducks down to the ground and like gets ready and gets prepared to like pounce. Like I feel like he's just waiting for maybe his chance with you or his opportunity. Hey Taka, thank you. Make sure you email me, because we have to do the spices through email. So you can send a message to me, lunaaffinity@yahoo.com. Tell me what your questions are or who you want to hear from. Oh my God, that's so weird. Our lights just went out. Oh my God, what the hell? This is creeping me out. Do you guys see that? Do you see it glitching out on the screen? Jennifer, did you do for the BOGO? That's crazy, y'all. Like the lights are going out in my room too and everything. Okay. Weird AF. So let's get back to Beauty's reading. Okay, BOGO, got it. Thanks, Taka. Danielle, yes, you can absolutely donate. I'll keep it open for a few more minutes. Oh, Jennifer's channeled messages. Channeled messages. Got it. First person channeled messages. And Danielle, yes, you can still donate. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted by the flickering. I feel like let's see what he's keeping hidden from you. Because the moon is here, so it's like he's maybe got some things on his mind that he feels like he hasn't been able to communicate, or some things that he thinks about you but hasn't had a chance to tell you. So what is this? Interesting. God, the moon came out again. Wow, he keeps this deep within. Beauty, you might think of him as someone who, like, you don't really ever know what he's thinking, because it seems like he'll say things kind of out of pocket, but at the same time, he's kind of mysterious. You know, he doesn't really say everything that's on his mind. You might always be like, I feel like there's something, but I don't know for sure. He has, like, if nothing else, attraction and sexual feelings towards you. He finds you incredibly beautiful, incredibly attractive. I think that he does think about you from time to time, about what it would be like to have sex with you, and to be with you in a relationship. He thinks a lot about the potential here. And he thinks about, I don't know, it's very sexual, hypersexual. The world paired with the Ace of Wands makes me think that he probably masturbates too, to the thought of you, because the world talks about completion. So you could be the inspiration, the muse to those moments. He does? He told you he does? Oh, shit. I speak hello. Oh my God. Okay, well, there you go for that. That's what I mean. Like, he says some out-of-pocket shit. You're just like, excuse me? What? All right. Well, there's your confirmation. And he's doing it at night. We have the moon. I feel like almost like he has this whole ritual. Like he likes to do it at night. He likes to do it in a certain spot. He likes to do it with certain product, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like he kind of sets himself up. I don't know. Like, it's like ritualistic to him in this manner. But he definitely does not want to let you go. And Seven of Cups. Maybe he feels like he has a choice to make here, or you do, or maybe he's trying to figure out, like I said, he's kind of lying in wait. He's trying to figure out when is his opportunity to pounce. He's definitely, but at the same time, I feel like he doesn't want to turn you off either. Like, I feel like he doesn't want to put too much pressure on or be too forward with you, because he's not trying to, like, scare you off or spook you. Oh my God, what a crazy message just came through. That's so funny. So yeah, that's what I've got for you for him. And then let's move on to the second question that you had. Also, did Danielle? Okay, Danielle said she just donated. Let me confirm that real quick. Perfect. All right. We'll just keep it open. We'll keep it open for a couple more minutes. It seems like people are just now joining us. I forgot that I accidentally created the broadcast for like 20 minutes ago, so maybe people were waiting for that time thinking that was the time I was going to come on. So I'm going to give people a few more minutes to get their donations in. Thanks, Danielle. You're confirmed. If someone can put on the screen for me the donation list, Becca, Jenna, Taka, Jennifer, and Danielle. I haven't seen Kendra in a minute. I hope she's doing okay. She usually comes in here every once in a while and helps me out. So to repeat that, we have Becca, Jenna, Taka, Jennifer, and Danielle. Taka, I just got your email. Becca, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Thanks, Beauty. Thank y'all for helping. Okay, so second question, Spirit, please answer this question for Beauty. Okay, this is already a little bit different with Christian because whereas, oh my God, I'm sorry, I said the names. This is different with the first person. I always do this crap. I'm so sorry. You guys don't want to trust me with names, just don't tell me the names because I will fuck it up. But anyway, this question for this person is different than the first person already. Because this person in your second question does not want to admit that they have these thoughts about you, that they have these feelings about you. The first person in the first question is a little bit more outspoken. They say things off the cuff. They say things that might shock you just to see what your reaction is, but they may not want to actually communicate with you the real seriousness. Sorry, Becca. Or no, Beauty. She said it's fine. Becca, you do it too. It's so funny. I can't help it. Like, I legitimately, I'm so sorry. But I feel like with this person's a little bit more like keeping it on the DL. So I feel like the first person just wants to be funny, humorous, not get too serious or whatever. But I feel like this person is serious, but is trying not to admit what they're feeling. One on my live stream here telling me that I've been on here for an hour and 11 minutes. So maybe 111's a good number for you. Ugh, I suck. I'm sorry. This looks like someone who things are more platonic. I don't know if they've ever gotten further than that. It doesn't seem like they have. So like friends, to the extent would be friends with benefits, but I just don't think it's ever really developed to like a true relationship. And I feel like that's where this person is pretty comfortable. Nothing else is coming up. Okay, there's one more. So this person's comfortable at that level of closeness with you. I feel like they can be funny. We do have humor, but I feel like it's important for this person to kind of lighten up a little bit. For whatever reason, I'm getting very serious personality with this person. Even though we have the humor card, I feel like that's more like maybe something they're realizing about themselves. They need to be more funny or be more humorous or take things a little bit on the lighter side of life. And maybe with you, they enjoy the banter. Maybe you guys joke around and, they like that side of things. So I hear that they're saying to you that you're very rare. They've never really met someone like you. You've taken them by surprise. I feel like they just weren't ready to form a attraction to you that they are. We have the friendship at the bottom of the deck as well, but I feel like you took them by surprise a little bit. They were not really prepared to feel a significance attraction towards you that they are feeling. And I feel like this is something that they do battle with quite a bit. The Lovers is here, which talks about Gemini energy, but also talks about twin flame and mirroring one another. I feel like where the first person had sexual feelings towards you, I feel like this person is more likely to have emotional connection to you. Feel like you guys are made of the same thing, common interests, maybe weird like parallels, like maybe you guys were born in the same place, or you had the same type of upbringing, or maybe they're 1989 and you're 1998, like I'm just giving examples, but it's like probably weird parallels and even like opposites too. Whereas you had a very loving family, they did not. I'm just trying to like give examples. I'm not saying this is what the truth is, but I feel like you guys are very similar in a lot of ways that surprise you, or I don't know. It's like the same essence in ways. I'm not really attracted to him though. Don't like his habits. So it could be one-sided. There's also such thing as like a karmic twin flame as well. But my understanding, and you are the judge of this, so I'm basically here to give you information. You're supposed to filter what resonates and what doesn't, or maybe will resonate at a later time. But from my understanding is that the quote-unquote twin flame terminology, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be together romantically. It means you're supposed to help each other learn. You're supposed to trigger one another to help each other grow. And a lot of times twin flames in this life, or in whatever life, they don't come together romantically, or they don't view each other romantically. But they're there to help trigger you, to make you better, make you realize what you're not wanting in your life. You know what I mean? Just to kind of hold up a mirror to yourself to figure out what you need to work on. So I feel like that's also too important to mention, because maybe he's given you some food for thought, or you've given him food for thought, vice versa, that's made you really think long and hard about something that you typically probably wouldn't. So that's something to keep in mind. He's a Libra, you're a Virgo. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad combination, but I think that Libras can tend to be a little bit more in their mind and of their mind, and you kind of really don't know what they're thinking all the time, and maybe that's not good for you as a Virgo. You'd have to factor in your other placements. But as a Virgo, you want something reliable, steady. You think about the future a lot. You think about finances and how you're going to plan and how you're going to, live and things like that. And a Libra might be a little bit too flighty, or a little bit too in their head for someone like you, as grounded as you are. All right, beauty. So that is what I got for you, girl. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Becca. Becca can go ahead and post your question. You're welcome. I'll leave space for one more donation if anybody is in here wants to donate. What are Marquise's feelings towards me currently? What are Marquise's actions? Okay. Spirit, please give us information on feelings only towards Becca. Feelings only. Marquise's feelings towards Becca. Oh, that was kind of crazy. How did your stream go? I speak. I was telling people to go follow you. Good. I know that you said that you were just trying to kind of distract yourself a little bit, so I'm glad that it went well. Oh God. I know it, hon. I feel for you. That's so crazy. I don't know if you guys saw, but the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands fell out all at once. And I was like, that was like 4 cards. I'm not going to take them all. So I grabbed the 2 that I was feeling inclined to keep and put the other 2 back in the deck. And what do you know it? They came out again individually this time. So I feel like Marquise is struggling a little bit, but he's on the side of finding solutions and resolving his issues. The 8 of Swords is in reverse, which means that he is letting go of things. And maybe even abandoning those things, walking away from those things that maybe felt like were holding him back. It feels like he's open to new perspectives. Let me get some more specifics on this. At the center of it, at the heart of it all, he feels strong towards you. He feels a love. He feels an attraction. I heard him say, like, I think of her beauty all the time. And when he says that to me, it feels like it's your external beauty, yes, of course, but it's like who you are inside. He just finds like you shine bright. You're brighter. You shine brighter than any other people. or brighter than most. And so he thinks fondly of you. Why is the Eight of Swords here, Spirit? Why is the Eight of Swords here? So he's looking at the relationship that he has with you, or dare I say, lack thereof, and really trying to think of ways to make it change. So when I heard new perspectives release, I was thinking in my mind, okay, does that mean he is letting go of her? Does that mean he's walking away from her and changing his mind on this? So I wanted clarification, and I got the Two of Cups. So I'm getting no, not what I was thinking. The Two of Cups is clarifying that he still very much is attached to the situation with you. He's wanting to work towards you. And look, we have Two of Cups twice in this reading. As you know, that's such a beautiful card to have. You know, it talks about you being in union together, a unit, one partnership, attraction, all that jazz, relationships. And it's like he's wanting to maybe be in a more defined connection with you where he feels he's more regularly a part of your life. So something to note, you do have Aquarius, Leo, Gemini energy in this. I'm not sure if that's like competition or feeling like there is another person around you. It's an immature energy. Someone who doesn't really necessarily think through things all the time, makes decisions half-assed. I feel like you know who I'm talking about. A lot of times when it comes to masculine energies, it's like, do I fight for this or do I just let the other person have it? And so I think that he's going back and forth in his mind, wondering what the situation is for real that you have with this other, right, your baby daddy. He's hoping you guys are disconnected. He's hoping you guys aren't communicating. He feels like he's going to be coming towards you. He wants you to be so impressed with him. When you guys communicate again, he wants you to be like, wow, like you've really changed. You've grown so much. I see like you've, I don't know. They want you to feel like something is different with them, more so like with who they are as a person and the way that they handle things and carry themselves than like, you know, physical appearance changes. But they do want you to be impressed with them. Marquise does wants you to be impressed with him. He wants you to feel like he's learned something, he's been enlightened in some way, he's more wise. So we have Six of Swords twice here as well. He feels like he's doing a lot of shedding. The word release just keeps coming back, so I think it's important that you know that. He might also be igniting things that are important to him, his passions and his hobbies. And he feels like in some way, maybe you are the muse, maybe you are the person, because we have Ace of Wands. That's like kind of stirring all of these feelings up for him. You're not gonna believe it, but the Nine of Swords just showed up again. So I asked, what is he deciding between? He feels like there's two avenues. The Chariot coming towards you, being strong-willed, strong, like strong-minded, like, okay, I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna tell her that I want to be with her. Hold on one second. A card fell. Like there's this path of determination for him where he wants to assert his intentions with you. But then there's this, like I said, Nine of Swords energy where he feels like this could still be a factor or something playing in the background. I don't necessarily know or think that you have ever made Marquise feel insecure about this child's father situation in ways that you're like, I still have feelings for this person. I feel like because you have the connection of a family unit in a way, you have the connection of the child with this person, that it's hard for Marquise to wrap his mind around the fact that there could be nothing left there. So I think that he kind of plays this, he goes back and forth. He hopes that things are different. He hopes that, it would work out the way that he'd want it to, but I think that he does have this underlying security that he needs to overcome when it comes to this other person. It weighs on him. But yeah, those are his feelings about you right now, about what's going on with him, about, what he's thinking. But let's see what plans he's actually set in motion. After Becca's next question, we have Jenna. Jenna is going to do a yes or no question and then a couple, I think it's like 5 channel message cards. So Jenna, whenever you're ready, you can tell me what your yes or no question is. And then my assumption is you want your channeled message cards from Brandon. It feels that way, Becca, I would say. Okay, Jenna, I've got it. But yeah, Becca, I feel like I would agree with you on that, actually. I have so many decks. You guys ask me so many questions and I have so many decks I want to make. You don't even know. I have 3.5 decks, plans for them, like already made. It's just a matter of getting the digital design going. I want to make them so bad. I just don't think that I can make them to resell right now because I would need the funds to get started first. But the questions y'all ask, I'm just like, oh, that deck that I want to make would work so perfectly. Okay, Jenna. All right, Spirit, can you please channel Marquise's actions? This is actions only. We're not talking about feelings. We're talking about actions. What moves is Marquise making? What plans has he set in motion? All right. Becca. Well, this is beautiful. Okay. He's saying he's leveled up. He's already done it. He feels he's done the work. He's coming to you as a King of Pentacles and a King of Swords. He's viewing you as a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. So he feels like you guys are very matched maturity level. Like he feels like you have reached a very high level of your higher self, and he has done the same. I don't know if that's realistic, but he does feel like he's done the work. He's already done the work. Now, he's very unhappy with the way things are with you, so we're going to see what changes he plans to make about this. Because your cards, but I'm not sure how they're supposed to drop. So let's... Okay, we're going to go upright. Get one more card for good measure. What are his actions? I feel like he's going to be creative with the way that he approaches you. He's wanting to do something that's going to inspire a yes from you. He wants you to be open to him and open to the idea of him. I truthfully feel like he's thinking to himself, there's no way she'd give me a chance, or there's no way she'd give me another chance, or something like that. It feels like he feels like he has to do something big and show up in a very big way for you to even consider it. So I feel like his approach with you is going to be more appealing to excitement and raw passion and potential, and like, you know, where you get the fanny flutters. You guys heard of that before? If you guys don't watch Love Island, you need to. But I feel like he's trying to get your blood pulsing, your adrenaline going. He wants to get you excited about this. It's not where he's approaching you to your emotional side. You know, he's not trying to connect to your emotional side. He's not trying to connect to your intellectual side or show off financially to you. Be like, let me wine and dine you. I feel like he's trying to do something that stirs up this like butterfly chills, like where everything's just so sensitive and tingly. Like I feel like, and not just in a sexual way, yes, in a sexual way, but like just like you're very excited. Okay, so he's trying to get you like really excited about this. It just feels like he's just like, I don't know, chills. That's what I'm getting. He wants you to be like so enthused about this, and I feel like so he's trying to appeal to your maybe romantic, sensual, like spontaneous side of you. And so I feel like he might try to take you out on like a mini getaway for the weekend, or take you out on a vacation, not to show you off that he's got all this money, but to kind of get you alone, you know, to kind of get you to go do something exciting and look forward to time with him, and to basically say like, I planned this, I want to do this with you, would you be open to it? I feel like these plans are already in the works. And I feel like it's a sneaky surprise because, like, obviously you don't know about it, but it's something that he's kind of thinking on. He's making these plans right now because he wants a change in your dynamic. This is all working towards being together, though. Like I said, he's very bored of the fact that he's not involved in your life, or like very involved, and he wants to be more regularly a part of your life. And so he's trying to think of a way to appeal to you that would make you more softened to him, you know? that would make you more open and receptive to what he has to say or what he would like to do for you / with you. But I feel like he feels like he's put in the work. I don't know if you, Becca, would agree with that. I don't know if you would agree that he's where he thinks he is, but I feel like you will have seen changes. He's trying to impress you. I so wish my engagement ring was on this hand. You guys see this hand all of the time. And I'm like, no, I wanna show off my ring. And I'm like, why does it have to be on my left hand? I should just flip. Well, no, I can't. No, even if I flip the camera, it wouldn't make sense. Because this is still the hand that would be in the camera. I hope you enjoyed that. You said this is juicy. I feel like you are happy about that. So that's good. Thank you very much, Becca, for your patience, number one, for letting the Gemini skip in front of you, too, and also for your donation. You're the best. So Jenna has a yes or no question. Oh, thank you, Jenna. I love it. I love it so much. He did so good. I told him vintage. Well, I didn't tell him. I told my sister, and I guess he showed her a couple of rings and had her decide. But I said vintage art deco 1920s. You know, like I literally wouldn't care if it was an actual vintage ring, but I wanted it to look like something that wasn't necessarily like modern day. You can't really see it, I don't think. It's like, no, it's hard to see, but it's like, it's two-toned. It's rose gold, and then it's like the diamond. So I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I speak. You got it, girl. All right, so I said I would be open for one more donation. So after I speak donates, that is it for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and close the list, but we'll keep it open for I speak. Thank you. All right, so Jenna, will Brandon continue to build a connection with Evelyn? Please show me a yes or a no for Jenna. Are they still texting? Please show me a yes or a no for Jenna. Are they still texting currently? Like right now, are they still texting? I am getting a yes for both. Let's confirm with the rods. Sometimes the rods give me different insight. The Page of Pentacles feels very friendship, though. I do want to make that clear. Okay. Spirit, can you please tell me, will Brandon continue to build the connection with Evelyn? Please show me a yes or a no. Will Brandon continue to build a connection with Evelyn? Ooh, it's a maybe. It's crossing into a yes, but it's a maybe. You can't see it off screen. Let me try to show you. Hold on. It's like crossing a little bit, but not really. So I feel like what he's been saying to you is accurate. He views it very strictly platonically. Strictly platonic. They're just friends. So I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you that he's not viewing it more than what you think it is. Are they texting, Spirit? Please show me a yes or a no. Are they texting currently? Are they texting currently? I am getting a yes, but it's a baby yes. I feel like Spirit's telling me they're not texting a lot. Are they texting a lot? Are they texting a lot, Spirit? I am getting a no. They're not texting a lot. They are texting, but it's a little bit. And he's maybe teetering on whether or not to pursue communication. I am getting a yes. He's considering whether or not to. I think he wants to just tread very lightly, Jenna. He wants to tread lightly with that. Thanks, Danielle. All right, Jenna, do you want the blue deck or the pink deck for the channeled message cards? We can even do my handmade deck, channeled message deck, that I directly channeled from Spirit, and it's got like 100 so messages in there. You can pick whichever one you want. I won't be offended if you don't choose mine. I was never paranoid before. This sucks. This whole weekend made things just awful. I'm sure you didn't get to even enjoy your time with him. I just got scared, like, he would rather pursue that than lose me, because it just felt like he picked her yesterday and I didn't feel good. Okay, so let's do, because you did 5 cards, so let's do a little from each. All right. All right, Spirit, this is for Brandon. What would Brandon say to Jenna? We need channeled messages, please. And Jenna, if anything else comes through, like psychically, I'll let you know if I hear anything. But for all the cards, I typically just read off the card. All right, Spirit, what will Brandon say to Jenna, please? You compliment me. I need to remain practical. So maybe he's just trying to think of things very level-headed, like the smart way, which is good because you want someone who's got a good head on their shoulders. So maybe he's trying to view this like very objectively, this situation. You're welcome, Jenna. I feel you leaving me behind. This could be his lower self feeling abandonment. I know that's something that you guys communicated. Maybe he feels like you're purposely trying to like push him away. That's why I hear is like, I don't want you to push him away. He's saying, I hid who I really am from you. I feel like this is talking about, oh shoot, you get an extra card. I was supposed to pull from the blue one. Oh, and this card just popped out. You're getting all the extra cards. I know that I crossed the line with you. So I do feel like with this one, it's like, remember I told you guys aren't as assertive with each other as you should be. And I feel like maybe he made you think that he was different, or he led you to think that he might be more assertive than he actually is. So I feel like that's that Scorpio energy I was picking up mutually with the two of you, where you guys don't really speak your mind or what you're really thinking. And I think that you guys are triggering each other to learn how to express yourselves. So many things remind me of you. I still have feelings for you. So he wants you to know that this is not changed for him. Jennifer, yeah, girl, you can change it to the BOGO. All right, so Jennifer's gonna change to the BOGO. We now have Taka, and then after Jennifer, we have or sorry, after Taco, we have Jennifer. All right, Jenna, that's what I've got for you. I feel like he feels like you guys go very well together as well. Like with you compliment me. You're welcome. I Speak donated. Let's confirm that really quickly. And I Speak, that's for the BOGO, right? I Speak, you're after Danielle. Danielle donated as well. Let me update the list really quickly. Sorry guys, that list was a little crazy. I was trying to like voice to text. All right, so next up we have Taka. Taka emailed me the questions, so I'm going to email them back. Taka, I don't know if you're in here. You can be, you don't have to be, it's totally up to you. But I'm gonna go ahead and channel live and then I'm gonna send you your answers. So just bear with me here. Everybody else, feel free to take a quick bathroom break, get a drink, grab a snack, because I'm gonna do 2 spicy and then it'll be Jennifer's turn after that. So just bear with me here. Cool. I don't know what to spell. You guys should still be able to hear me, but I just have to put a cover on the screen so you can't see like any naughty stuff. Oh, that was a whole deck of cards. Okay. I was saying, you didn't see that. My mic was muted. I was not prepared for the screen to show. Pretend you didn't see that, guys. Okay, so I just finished up that reading. So now we're going to move on to Jennifer. Jennifer, you can go ahead and post your question whenever you're ready. After Jennifer, we have Danielle, and then I speak, and then we are all done. Hey, Benjamin, how are you? Sorry, I was working on a reading, but I am back. Always enjoy listening to the Luna Jam. I'm sorry. Benjamin, if you're still in here, I apologize. I didn't see ya. I was working on another reading that we had going on. Very sweet to come in and say hello. Okay, so Jennifer is a BOGO saying, my ex has been on my mind. What's going on with him right now? You're welcome, Taka. So funny thing, Jennifer, that's going on with you and Arturo. It's kind of cracking me up. I can't figure out who thought of who first. I think he was thinking of you first because I think he kind of randomly popped into your mind. But it's doing this thing where he thought about you, then you thought about him because he's thinking about you, and then he's thinking about you more because you thought of him, and now you're thinking of him more because then he's still thinking about the fact that you were thinking of him. And like Spirit's showing me this like momentum that's being built because you guys both have this like thinking about each other, which is kind of funny. I don't really see that often, but that's what's happening. So I think that's part of the reason why you guys are thinking about each other so much, but let's see what's going on with him. Taka, I literally have no recollection if I even acknowledged your comment. So if I did not, I'm glad that you got your emails. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you again for your donation. No wonder. Yeah, that was a funny thing to see. Okay. So, all right, so Spirit's like, that one goes there. That one goes there. I'm trying to avoid a glare, but I also want you guys to be able to like see the cards. So I gotta figure out a way to like block that off somehow. Yeah, kind of like that. I wonder, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this upwards real quick. We're gonna do this. I know it's darker, I do apologize, but I just feel like I'm just tired of that glare on these cards. It drives me bananas. So the full moon energy. I think definitely because we have an eclipse going on. My understanding is eclipses are things that are in the dark, right? And we just had a new moon in Scorpio. So a lot of things are kind of coming up to the surface right now that we have to work through. Thank you, I Speak, for telling me that. I'm like, I'm just so sick of this glare. I can't take it anymore. So let's get some clarity on the moon. What is coming up from the surface? What was hidden and is now coming up to the surface? Oh shit. This is the desire for communication, travel, and seeing you. But I think it also has to do with that thing that I was telling you is like going back and forth between the two of you, this like telepathic communication. And so it's like you guys aren't aware, the moon, that y'all are having these thoughts, these things coming about in regards to one another. So it's like you don't know that it's happening. This restlessness that you guys are having about each other, this curiosity. Page of Swords is here twice. What's being renewed? Sense of fulfillment. I feel like he's doing pretty well in his life, I will say. The Judgment card talks about healing and moving forward. Not necessarily a new phase, but feeling like you're still you, but you're a better you. And I feel like he feels like he's slowly picking up all of the things that he wants for his life to feel fulfilled and feel satisfied and comfort. And I feel like he feels more than at any time in his life, he feels closer to that ability to get to the things that he wants to have. He feels like it's very close. It's very much within reach. So, you know, he knows what he wants, what direction he wants certain aspects of his life to go. Maybe as far as you, he's kind of like reminiscing and thinking back on that. The reason why I think it's more forward movement and thoughts is because I don't see the Six of Cups. Usually when you see Six of Cups, you're looking back. But I'm not seeing that here. So I almost feel like he's having these thoughts with maybe you in mind, of like coming back together with you, or just even talking to you or something like that. It feels like it's very like in the future. The Nine of Pentacles says that he's been on his own. He's been doing the work, putting the work in. Nine of Pentacles is also very solitary, independent energy. So I feel like he's been doing his own thing. I don't necessarily feel like he's dating anybody per se. At the off chance that I'm wrong about that, he's still keeping his independence, but I just don't think he is dating anyone. I am getting a note here about you getting justice and interesting. So the Queen of Swords is like a no bullshit type of personality. Someone who's like, tell me what it is. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Even if it hurts my feelings, I want you to be honest with me. I have the ability to see things from all sides. This is also an independence as well. The Justice talks about truth. And like doing things in ways that will bring about balance. It's the Libra card as well. So it's kind of giving me the feeling of like maybe if there was mistrust in the past, or if there was, you know, lies or something, he's trying to right these wrongs. I feel like there's a sense of wanting to bring about closure with you, but not necessarily just to bring closure and end things. Bring closure with the possibility of opening that door again. This is what he's thinking. I'm not saying that's what you're thinking, but I feel like he wants to bring about some type of resolve with you. I feel like he realized maybe some things that he, like some wrongs that he needed to right. Like I don't know. It's just like something I'm not quite tapping into it, but it feels something along those lines. Now, I do want to say it's very clear that while he feels like he's on the right track and he's getting the things that he wants, and, you know, waves are being made for him, as far as your perspective of him, I want to make it clear that's not going to change too much. because we have a lot of pages and knights in this reading. I don't see a king or anything like that. He might be better at communication because we have the Queen of Swords. He might be better at maybe being honest. So if like keeping things hidden or feeling you couldn't trust him or he wasn't always telling you the truth, if that was ever an issue for you guys, I feel like he has changed there. He's better at communication too, because maybe you felt like you weren't always getting through to him, or you felt like what you were thinking or saying or how you felt wasn't being acknowledged. I do feel like he's made improvements there, but overall I still feel like he's in this place of he's not as quite developed as he thinks that he is, because I'm not seeing him showing up here as a king or an emperor or anything like that. I'm seeing him doing good, doing well. I feel like he's on the right track, but he's not quite there. So yeah, overall it seems like he wants to right wrongs. He wants to change maybe the taste that was left in your mouth about him and bring about a sense of closure that you guys can both feel happy with. However, he feels like this is also an opportunity to open a door to revisit the idea of you guys being together. I don't think he has all of his hopes in one basket, like all his eggs in one basket, to think that that's actually going to happen. But I think he would be open to it. I just don't know if you would be open to it. But yeah, that's what's going on with him. What is the second question that I can answer for you? And Danielle, you can also post your question. If you know both of your questions, Danielle, you can post them now. If you don't, that's okay. I can take one question at a time. I'm right? Okay, good. I speak, are you in here? Okay, so Danielle is doing a channeled message first person reading. Got it. So Danielle, I'm sorry, I thought you were doing a BOGO, but you're doing channeled messages from ZJ. I speak, you can also post your question. Post them both or just the first one. All right, so this is for Jennifer Spirit, Jennifer M. We're doing a general business reading. What does she need to know? Hello. What does she need to know, please? General business. Show me one card to get it started. I do see the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like things are changing for you in your business. The card hasn't quite come out, but for some reason it's flipped over in this deck. So I feel like that is just a nod that things are changing for you. Things are leveling up. We have the Four of Wands. I feel like you might be looking for some type of sign to keep going, or you feel like, should I keep committing to this? Should I keep doing this? Keep this dream, You said it is good. Yay, smiley face. Oh, channel messages from Jay. I got it, Danielle. Got it. So we have financial opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like be very wise with the money that's coming in right now. Make sure you're set up tax season, all that stuff. But I feel like more money is coming to you lately, or will be coming to you. We have the Eight of Wands, which means a lot of movement, lots of changes, lots of things happening for you. The Four of Cups just shows, I'm getting two interpretations here, like this was what you were feeling before, you could have been feeling before, where you were just kind of like, I'm not sure, do I stay committed? Do I hold the vision? Or do I kind of just maybe take a break from this? But it also is giving me an interpretation that things can things can change quickly for you again. So just keep in mind that all business ebbs and flows. When you're having a really good month, celebrate that, enjoy that, be grateful for it, but understand that like every business has growing pains too. Don't let that discourage you. I feel like this is something that you really like, something that you really want to do, something that you enjoy doing. And I feel like you do have ideas to expand on this as well. Like you're doing something right now that is kind of like the what is the word, like the main course, like it's like the guts of the business. You're doing something right now, but there's other things you want to branch off and do as well, and Spirit is saying that you'll have that ability to do that. Just let those ideas come to you, even if you can't execute them right now. Let it keep coming to you, you know what I mean? There's a masculine energy here, King of Cups and Knight of Cups. So this could just talk about the masculine energy that you have within you. To maybe you're in a very more like action-based energy. You know what I mean? Like you're putting more effort in action than you are in your mind of like creating. So this could just talk about the side of you within you, Jennifer, the side of you that's wanting to be more proactive. I feel like this is a lot of responsibility. I'm getting a message that maybe people have let you down. I don't know if this is people that said they were going to place an order or they were going to help you or something along those lines, and maybe you felt like you couldn't rely on them and you had to carry the weight on your own shoulders, or maybe you felt like it just didn't pick up as quickly as you wanted, or there's just some disappointment here where you felt like you had to kind of carry it all on your own. And maybe this is felt like very isolating for you. But I'm getting from Spirit just to keep going. Like, do not give up on this, even if it's something that you have to like slow down on at some point, every once in a while, here and there. Just don't completely stop. Allow yourself to keep building, keep creating, and also give yourself the patience and grace that's needed, because like this is hard shit. This isn't easy. It is not easy. You have to constantly like tell yourself and like, you know, inspire yourself over and over and over and over again. And it's like sometimes that can be exhausting because you're just like, ugh. But I do feel like you're in a turning point phase. Spirit is giving me the Magician card, telling me that this is what you're meant to do. You have all the tools available to you. This is something that they don't want to see you slow down. They feel like it is your passion. It is something you need to do. So if you find yourself in a position where you're like, I need to find a solution, this business isn't giving me what I need right now, it's fine to make adjustments and look at other ways to get things done, or look down other avenues to get things done, or maybe like reassess what needs to be, what's helping your business right now, and maybe what's not necessarily important. And you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you need more finances for your business, find alternative ways to gain that finance. Even if it means that you have another job outside of the business, so on and so forth, like keep that going. Or if you feel like very overwhelmed by orders, that's a blessing, something to be grateful for, but maybe it's time to hire someone to help you because you can't manage it all yourself. So it's like at every point, there's going to be adjustments that are required. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean you're losing momentum. It doesn't mean you're, this isn't the right thing for you. It just means that sometimes you may be required to make some changes that will help continue this and allow this to be sustainable. So that is what I have for you, Jennifer. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Thank you again so much for your patience as well as your donation. I want you to know that I really appreciate it and appreciate you, because you're one of my common donators or return donate. What is it called? You're one of my loyal patrons here on this channel. So thank you very much. We are going to move on to Danielle. Danielle wants channeled messages from Jay. I'm doing really well receiving messages from this deck, so I'm going to use this in the channeled messages. Oh yes, I'm loyal. Perfect. You're welcome, Jennifer. Spirit, this is for Danielle. We're channeling down from Jennifer. You're welcome, Jennifer. We're channeling down from Jennifer. Moving on to Danielle. Danielle is looking for channeled messages from Jay. Please help me hear what messages Jay has for Danielle. I speak. If you want to go ahead and post your questions, messages from Jay to Danielle, please. I feel you pushing me away. I feel you leaving me behind. I feel you withdrawing your energy from me a lot more recently than what I felt before. I don't like feeling disconnected. It feels like you're paying a lot more attention to other things than you are me. I know life is busy. I know that you have your responsibilities. I know there's things that you have to do. Just that's life. But it just really feels like it's distracting you from me. And maybe that's selfish, but it feels like I'm losing you. Maybe I don't have a right to feel that way, but I always thought that like it would be you and me in the end. Like I felt like we would be able to overcome anything. I think you're absolutely stunning. I watch your social media. The things that I see is just very beautiful. I wonder who you're posting for. Is this a message for me? Am I still your person? Am I still the person that you can lean on, that you can count on, that you feel like you can trust? Am I still your person? Because I don't know. I would hope so. I would hope I am. I miss being around you, laughing with you, hanging out with you. Our conversations were some of the best conversations, are some of the best conversations. I miss spending time with you more than anything. That's what it is like I feel very disconnected, and I hope that that changes.
Did you already get the tickets?
Sorry about that. You're having real trust issues with him. Okay. So maybe that's why I was like, am I still the person you can lean on, the person you can trust? You know, maybe that's why that came through, because I think he's questioning whether or not you do. Maybe he knows it. Maybe he's in denial, because I do feel like he's in denial a little bit. He's saying maybe I shouldn't feel hurt in this situation. Maybe I shouldn't feel like something switched up. Maybe I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. And I know that like I might need to take some accountability here, but it doesn't change the way that I feel, because I feel like something just suddenly shifts. It's like, and now you can't see me very clearly. You don't know that I have been torn up and beating myself up about this. You didn't see the emotions that I've been feeling and that I've been going through. I just want you to know that I don't regret you. I don't regret this. I know that I can trust you, but I don't know what comes next. I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm waiting patiently. I worry that maybe you're seeing things differently now. I worry that like maybe you want something different. I'm still determined here to be with you. I still want this. Do you have the courage to let me back in? Do you have the courage to let this go, to forgive me so we can move on from this? I know it's going to take time. I know it's not going to happen very very quickly, but I hope that you give me another chance. I feel like there's still some things that maybe we need to be honest with each other about. We should be communicating, but we're not. I feel like you question my intentions. Where do we go from here? I'm starting to feel like I caused this. I know you feel betrayed. I shouldn't have put myself in a position to make you feel that way. I should have considered you. If you let me back in, I'll rush back in. If you let me come towards you, I'll be there. Because I don't like this feeling of being cold and outside and alone and isolated away from you. I feel you walking away. I'm not sure where to put my focus. Do you want this anymore? All right, Danielle, I'm going to go ahead and power down from that reading. I'm sorry this feels heavy. I feel like you are right. He is in denial a little bit. He feels more hurt than maybe he should. He should be considering you, but he's very much in a mindset of thinking of what's going on with him and how he's feeling it. Oh, good to know, Danielle. Thank you for that confirmation. And thank you for the donation as well. Is Becca, I think I answered all of Becca's questions, right? I speak, or did you donate for Becca? I don't think she's here. Or are you just wondering if she's going to be around for your reading? Ah, maybe that's what it is. I speak whenever you're ready to post your question. I'm ready for you. Has JP seen any of my text messages? Why is he acting this way towards me? All right, so those are your questions, I speak. We can timestamp you, I speak. You would be at 2 hours, 45 minutes. So if you wanted to share this reading with Becca, you could. All right, so let's see. Spirit. I speak says, has JP seen all of my text messages? Okay, show me a yes or a no for I speak. Has JP seen any of my text messages? Please show me a yes or a no. Has he seen them? I am getting a yes, 3 of cups. He's kind of in his very own independent energy right now. He's kind of doing things on his own. I don't know what this is. Let's confirm it with the rods. All right, Spirit, this is for I speak. Has JP seen any of my texts? He's seen them. He's seen them. Spirit, can you answer? Has he seen all of them? He has seen all of them. Spirit, does he plan on responding to I speak? He hasn't. I don't think he's thought about it. I'm getting a no on that one. Will I speak hear from him within the next week? I am getting a maybe with a cross, yes. So most likely. I feel like you'll hear from him within the next week, but it seems like he's seen your messages. He's just not responding to them, which is kind of not okay. Why is he acting this way towards I speak? Why is he acting this way towards I speak? He's saying he feels drained. Like he feels exhausted. This is bizarre. I will say I speak because I feel like JP, in a way, has borderline narcissistic tendencies, but I don't think they come from a malicious place. I think it's more just selfishness and immaturity. But I do feel like he gets very overwhelmed and almost overstimulated like an empath would. And he feels like he makes really bad decisions. He's in a place of being very negative and down on himself at this time. And I think that's why a lot of times he can't be what you need, because I think he just needs a timeout. I think he regrets a lot of the decisions that he makes. He does not feel like he's a good confidant, a good advisor. He feels like his life is kind of in shambles, and I feel like he says things in the moment because he's swept up in the moment, then he regrets what he says and he changes his mind. He just feels like he is just quite shit at life in general, and he feels like he ruins a lot of things and messes up a lot of things. And maybe that's not a direct answer to why he's acting this way towards you, but I hope that it does give you some kind of clarity. Is it an excuse? No, it's not. But I feel like he runs himself ragged energetically. He just exhausts himself. Because quite frankly, I don't think he knows what he wants. I don't think he knows what he needs. I don't know if I just feel like everything for him is just so up in the air because he doesn't trust himself to make the right decisions or to choose the right things. Yeah, and he just gets kind of swept up in the moment. Like he likes to go with what feels good, what feels right in the moment. He's not a planner. He doesn't think far ahead. He thinks more with his heart, his passion, his excitement, his spontaneity. Which is probably why a lot of the times you see him very suddenly or randomly, or it's not planned, because he likes to just go with the flow. But then he does, in hindsight, realize that maybe that wasn't the best move, that wasn't the best decision. He just gets very swept up in these actions. And then he kind of goes into this hiding or this hibernation mode where he has to recollect his thoughts. Is it fair to you? No. Is it an excuse? No. Is it what you deserve? No. But maybe that will shine a little bit of light on, maybe why he does the things that he does. What is the second question that I know it's kind of like a two-parter, but I can answer another question for you. Especially since you're not going to be donating for a while. I love your comments are so funny because they're always like, oh my god, wow, wow, whoa, oh my god, wow. I'm just like, all right, I'm on the money. I'm being validated through those expressions. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna block you. You're so pissed off, it's not even funny. This is not okay with me. I know. I don't think he's necessarily a narcissist. I think that he has narcissistic tendencies, which translates to maybe selfishness and immaturity. I don't think he's a real narcissist. I just think that he's selfish, he's immature, but he does have the ability to feel and be a feeling, sentient being. And so I think in that way he can get overstimulated and drained quickly by trying to be so many things for other people without taking into consideration what he wants for himself. You know, he wants to make you happy, he wants to give you what you want, but he's also not being real with himself either about what is the smart thing to do, what's the realistic thing to do. I know, I think that's so crazy, because somebody who loves you and cares about you, even cares about you, should at least respond to that. Spirit, what are his next intentions towards I Speak? Or sorry, next actions. What do I do? Curse him out till he responds. I mean, that's one way to do it, but I think that would actually push him away more, because he had a great time with you. Why wouldn't he be communicating with you if he knows you're angry? Like, he's already assuming the worst. So all right, so the Hermit card is exactly what I was talking about, is like that hibernation mode thing that he's got going on right now. He's kind of just being on his own. He feels like he makes a lot of sacrifices for a lot of people without actually taking into consideration what he wants. And I feel like because he is a people pleaser, because he cares too much about what other people think of him. So, for example, on Saturday night, I felt like he was hanging out with his friends, because I feel like he gives into peer pressure really easily. And maybe he really wanted to spend time with you, but he gave into what these other people had to say. As I'm talking about friends, we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like he maybe have done that and then knew that you were just going to be pissed off. So instead of dealing with it, he'd rather just ignore it and pretend the problem doesn't exist, hope that you cool off and you forgive him later, because that has been the pattern. That has been the pattern in the past. So I definitely feel like he's keeping to himself right now for the near future. I did get a yes on the rods that he'd be reaching out to you within the next week. So I feel like we can trust that. I feel like he knows that he let you down, and he's trying to decide if he wants to keep putting in the effort here. Honestly, I feel like he knows that you're getting to your wit's end, and I think that I mentioned that last night. Hey, Ununit, how are you? He knows that you're unhappy, dissatisfied, you're not okay with this. But I feel like ultimately, through all of this cards, this lineup here in this reading, I just feel like he's pretty much going to stay under the radar for a little bit and then resurface. So I would say he's just kind of taking time to himself. Next actions. I don't know, just something about the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords. It just seems like you guys are just hurting each other. I mean, you're not necessarily hurting him. He's hurting you. But I feel like indirectly, because of his feelings for you, he's hurting himself because he keeps putting himself through something that he can't do right now. He really needs to just let you go. That's what it all comes down to. I Speak, I hope that you still come back in here and, give us updates and things on what's going on, and I hear from you. And I hope you keep streaming as well, because it was very fun to see you on the screen. I think the more you dig into like tarot reading and things, you get on this journey of self-discovery, and I think it's really beautiful, and I think you definitely should lean into that a bit more. You said he created this whole situation. This is all his fault. He needs to take accountability. 1,000,000,000 quadrillion% I agree with you. He sabotaged it. Yep. I'm sorry you're going through this. I could see that it's like it's putting like a whole downer on your presence, but definitely keep pushing through it. Stand your ground. Be strong. It sucks. There's really no other way to word it. It sucks. You're welcome, I speak. All right, to those of you who are still hanging out in the chat, that was my last reading of the night. So I am going to go ahead and sign off. But I should be back either tomorrow or Wednesday. Most likely tomorrow. And we'll do some more readings. And Unit, it was good to see you. I hope you come back later on this week. You guys have a lovely rest of your evening.